What is going on, guys? It's your boy Tropical Habs back here for another Habs related video. So today we're here again to talk about Juraj Slafkovsky, and we're going to talk about his relationship with head coach Marty St. Louis. Because after Juraj Slafkovsky's demotion again last night against the Anaheim Ducks, a lot of people tweeted at me, a lot of people commented on my review, and some people even said that Marty St. Louis hates Juraj Slafkovsky because he's a big guy. He hates Juraj Slafkovsky because he wanted Shane Wright. And yeah, I think that those comments are going a bit too far, because I don't think that Marty St. Louis really hates Juraj Slafkovsky. Then you're going to tell me, why does he always demote him every time he has the opportunity to do so? Well, probably just because he has another idea of what development is as a head coach in the National Hockey League. That's just basically it. Marty St. Louis has said multiple times that this is the way he got introduced into the NHL. He was getting benched every time the coach had the opportunity to do so, and he said that it gave him the motivation to prove the coaches wrong and to prove everybody wrong. So this might be the approach that he's trying to do with Juraj Slafkovsky. I mean, the head coach, Marty St. Louis, has liked the most in his NHL career is John Tortorella. I mean, John Tortorella has his own way of coaching, but it has been proven that it's working because he had a lot of success, won a lot of Jack Adams in the NHL. So Marty St. Louis might just be trying to reproduce what John Tortorella has been doing over the last decade and a half. But is it really the right way? I don't think that it is in today's hockey. Because when you draft a guy first overall, a guy that's been used of playing on the top lines in all of the teams he played in junior, even in professional hockey when he was in Finland, and to get demoted when you're playing good, like yesterday, he was one of the most noticeable Habs player on the ice, and he got demoted into the fourth line and got benched almost the entire third period. If I'm Juraj Slafkovsky, I'm starting to wonder, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why am I always getting demoted when there's guys like Joel Armia, Yevgeny Dodonov, and Mike Hoffman has been doing absolutely nothing good in the yesterday's games, that are still getting minutes, are still ahead of me in the lineup. And to be honest, I don't think that this is a good way to develop a player into a winner. And even Vincent D'Anfous said it yesterday in the intermission. He was like, when I got in Toronto, a lot of veterans were not doing the right things. They were lazy. They were not playing on the ice. They were not really putting effort into training. And then I started doing the same thing, because I looked at those guys. I was 18 years old. I looked at those guys and I was just like, all right, this is the way to do it. And I continued developing in that. And when I got it to Edmonton, it was a completely different thing. The veterans were sacrificing their body for blocking shots. They were giving their best at training, and they had some respect for their other teammates. They were playing for the team. And that's where he realized that the way it was when he was in Toronto in his rookie year was not the way it is in the NHL. And I'm kind of scared that the young guys in Montreal will take the bad habits from certain vets in the locker room, like Joel Armia, like Mike Hoffman, like Dodonov, who don't really look like they care about the team on the ice. They're just trying to get themselves out of the hole, and they get minutes, and Slafkovsky at some point will start be like, oh, then maybe I should do the same. Maybe I'll get minutes if I do the same as them. And I don't think it's the right way to develop a guy. I think that if you're going to demote him every time he makes a little mistakes, he's better off in the AHL, and he would probably have been better off in the World Juniors, even though I think that he's better than those caliber. He would have absolutely destroyed in the AHL. He would absolutely destroy it in the World Junior. But if you're going to develop him in that environment, an environment where some guys that don't deserve it gets more minutes than him when he's actually playing a good game, I don't think it's the right way to develop him. But no, I do not think that Marty St. Louis hates the guy. He does not hate the guy. He's probably to help him as best as he can, but I don't think that he's having the right approach in today's hockey. And I think that this is the only thing I reproach to Marty St. Louis, is the way he's been developing Juraj Slafkovsky. And I think that Stéphane Robida who's the defense coach, has been doing a way better job at to developing the young guys on the defense. He's been talking to them. He's been having conversation. You can see him on the bench talking to them. He's giving them ice time. He's giving them opportunities. When they make mistake, they don't skip a shift. They're back on the ice the shift after. And I think that St. Louis should be doing the same thing with Juraj Slafkovsky, because the most important thing right now for the Canadiens is development. And Juraj Slafkovsky is the guy who drafted first overall, and he's the guy that you want to build this team around with Suzuki and Caulfield. So yeah, no, St. Louis does not hate Juraj Slafkovsky, for those who asked me this on Twitter. But I don't think that he's being going for the right approach in developing the guy. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. It's been your boy Tropical Habs, and I'll see y'all later today for another video. Have a nice rest of your day, and bye bye.